So I was on Pinterest and I seen this hairstyle and I just had to try it. I did change just like two parts of it, but yeah, I just loved it. I call it Bantu love because it's just so cute and I love it. Well, anyway, you see me parting it down the middle, then I'm parting it down from ear to ear on each side. This is a very dimensional hairstyle. When I say dimensional, I mean it has a ton of different types of shapes that come with it. When I was looking at the hairstyle, which I'm going to show you right here, I was just like, where do I start? So the best thing for me is always doing middle part, then doing from ear to ear, and then working from there. I'm working on the back section and I'm just creating like a triangle, if you will, from splitting it ear to ear. I'm doing little triangles and it's going to form one big triangle, which is right here. And then I'm going to keep that middle part down the middle of where the point is, or the tip, if you will, of the triangle. And you're going to see me part a whole bunch of times because I wanted to be showing you real time of just how dimensional and how you need to make sure your parts lay when doing this hairstyle, and that it is okay if you have to keep changing, redoing, resetting. It's okay. And you see I kept that middle part, and that is one section right there, and then this is the other section. And then I'm going to start doing the top. You're going to do the same thing, but you see I started from the same angle as the other and I did another triangle because that will create that middle part where that middle section where it's nothing but cornrows going into a Bantu knot. So you're going to see me reparting and redoing and resetting. This hairstyle can be done on pretty much anybody. My model is my daughter. Y'all, she tried to say, I don't want to wear this to school because she didn't want her friends to say anything about it. I personally will rock this to school. I think it is super cute. But, you know, a lot of kids just want to fit into societal norm and not be the laughing stock of the school. But I'm just like, girl, this is so cute. But to each their own. So she did let me try this hairstyle during the summertime, which I was so grateful for on summer break. And yeah, she was like, you can do whatever you want. And she has the perfect amount of hair. I didn't add any hair in her cornrow sections at all. I did add it to the Bantu part, which you will see later on in the video. And if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe, thumbs up this video. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you know when I'm posting, and or if you're watching this on Facebook, follow me and still subscribe. Like, do all those things so you can see when I put out more content. My channel is growing quite a bit and I'm really loving it. So thank you guys for all the new subscribers or the people who just subscribed, or just subscribers in general that just been returning and coming back and watching my stuff. So yeah, I really appreciate you guys. But you see at the top, it is 3 sections, not 2, as we get back into this hairstyle. So it's 3 sections. On the inspiration picture, it was like 2 braids in the front. It still will be 2 cornrows going in the front. It just won't be hanging at the tip, going into some beads. And I just want to show you guys all that. Now I'm going to start off with this back section. And you see I am parting this off because this is where the cornrows will stop and go into a ponytail for the Bantu. So that is what you see me cleaning up right here. When it comes to the design for the cornrows, you can pretty much do whatever design you want to. I did just keep the same cornrow look as the inspiration pic, but to be honest, you can do whatever. You can crisscross it. You can do whatever you want to do. After I did this first section, I was like, I could really freak this out and do some type of, design or a swirl or whatever of a cornrow, but I just stuck with, the look itself. So I am following because I want you guys to be able to see how to do this hairstyle if you want to do it. I think this hairstyle is super cute. It's definitely a summertime vibe. I think it's a holiday vibe. Um, I wouldn't say I would wear this in the winter because I just think this is just like a summer, spring, fresh in the sun, living it up in the city type of hairstyle. But as far as the cornrow design, you can put hearts in it. You can do whatever you want to do as long as it meets up to this ponytail section that I am doing. So you just see me just doing all of the cornrows, cleaning up the parts. Her hair is blow dried, so I do want to say that you can either blow dry or just do a natural stretch, or you don't have to stretch. You can do it in the curly state. But yeah, it's easier for me to manage this amount of hair with it being blow dry, and it just helps move very quickly. As far as like parting, I don't have to keep worrying about detangling like her natural curl. So yeah, I like it blow dried because it just makes the process a lot faster. It probably took me about 2 hours to do this hairstyle, to be honest, only because I was filming, and I think because it was an intricate type of look. Like, I was really making sure I was trying to have all the dimension, all the parting right. Not to mention we were watching a movie, I was taking breaks. But yeah, I think this takes about, give or take, an hour, hour and a half, maybe two, depending on how fast you are as a braider or how fast your braider is. So yeah, and I would say that for night routine, sleeping routine, I will wear a shower cap as you do with most hairstyles when bathing and showering, and then wear a scarf around it. I would not put this in a bonnet. I would literally wear a scarf around it because the whole perimeter is going to be cornrows, and you want to make sure that's not, rubbing. And when I say a scarf, I mean like a silk scarf. And I would just tie it down. And that's how I would do it. I would not put on a bonnet and let it just move and shake all around. I would definitely wear a scarf. I'm going to basically be showing you guys how I created all of the cornrows, and then I will be showing how to do the Bantu knots and all those things. So stay tuned. Make sure you like, subscribe. I'm going to speed it up just a little bit just so you guys can really get it going in a fast motion. It's a really easy hairstyle, super cute. Also, if you do want to recreate this hairstyle, I do want to say you don't have to have this many sections. You can do like straight down the middle and create a little design. It's really up to you on how you want these to go. But for this look, this is how you do it. So stay tuned. Continue to watch me do the cornrows. I'm only going to be showing you one side. I'm not going to show both sides, just one side, and up at the top on how I achieve this look. This is the part where I was telling you guys in the beginning that it had two braids hanging down, just like knotless braids. I didn't want to do knotless braids. I wanted to do a cornrow because I was just like, if she's playing around, I don't want it to be swinging and just swinging all around with no type of restraint. So by it being a cornrow, it makes it sit in one spot instead of, if she's on a swing or she's running, she's not getting smacked super bad with the beads. So yeah, but now you see I am doing the cornrow section for the top part. So for the braid going forward, that's going to be hanging down the cornrow, I will be adding in some braiding hair just to give it some length and to make it a little bit more thicker on this section. And that is why I am adding in braiding hair. I'm adding very small pieces, super skinny pieces, and I'm just going to be braiding it down. I don't want this braid too thick because I want to be able to fit the beads on the ends of this braid. If it's too thick, the beads will not fit onto the braid. So be mindful of that when adding beads to any hairstyle, but especially this one. If you want to use medium size, small beads, you want to make sure that your cornrow isn't super thick, leading to the bottom part of the braid where the beads will be sitting. For this section, I parted it down the middle. Now I'm parting it in half. And for each, it should be 4 sections. So each section should have 3 cornrows meeting into the middle, which you will be seeing me do. I hope this all makes sense. It's basically 4 sections, and you're just putting 3 braids in each section. So by the end of this section, you should have 12 cornrows. Okay? because it's in three. So 3 times 4. Y'all know the math. This is math, okay? So if it's 4 sections with 3 cornrows, it should be 12 braids. So if you don't have that, then, you didn't really part it off too well. Or depending on how small the person's head is, it may be 2 braids, or you could just freestyle and do one big, you could do like a swirl if you want it. So it's really up to you. But that is how I did the dimensions for this section. And yeah, I already did the other side, which it probably does not look like it, but each section is in its own puff. So yeah. Yeah, I was so happy to be done with all the cornrows. That's really where all the time comes in. Now I'm just braiding it to give you guys like a sample of how to do your Bantu. You're basically just adding in hair into the person's natural hair. You see my daughter's hair is pretty thick. I just added in a couple pieces just to give it some length to this braid. So when I wrap just like this, it'll have a nice amount of hair at the end. So you just keep going. Now I'm about to show you guys what I use to form each section. I'm using Murray's, um, and I'm just slicking it all in, trying to slick it down. And then I'm going to use some Pump It Up spray just to keep it in place. I did not want to use Got To Be. For some reason, I feel like Got To Be product, and it's just my own opinion, I feel like it just kills your hair because it just lasts for too long and it'd be too hard. And I notice every time I put it in my hair, it gets itching and flaking, and I just don't like it. So you will see me still use it in my videos, but probably not as much. So I am using this Pump It Up. That's a hair spray spritz that was used back in the day. And I just think if it ain't broke, don't try to fix it. So that's what I used for this section. Now you see me just braiding her natural hair and feeding in sections of extension hair that I do have on a rack. And that is just to give it again some length. I did not make the base of her ponytail super tight only because I know I'm going to be wrapping, and I did not wrap it super tight because it can really pull and be very like bad. You don't want it to be too tight. So I don't want any tension. And I'm just braiding in all of the sections before I wrap it in. And that is pretty much what I am doing right now. Don't forget to oil the scalp just to make sure it's nice and moisturized. I'm using some Blue Magic again, another staple product, old product that's been around forever. And I'm just putting it all through her parts. Now I'm going to dip and seal the ends, which I did a little bit off camera. I'm not dipping too far. I just want those ends to be nice and sleek. And I did the front one as well, so it doesn't be all puffy. Now you see me add in the beads. She wanted wooden beads, but we decided to go with these plastic looking ones that look kind of woodenish. And that's what we did. And I'm just doing all of that. Now you see me do the Bantu knot, which is very easy. You can put it as tight, but you can see I'm doing it loose. And I'm going to secure it with a rubber band, but you can go in and secure it sewn down. I will have a short that you can look at to see how to sew down your Bantu knots, because my daughter is so wild, guys, that she just knocked it out of whack. She just don't be caring. You know, when you have a mom that does hair and you know, like, it can look crazy and mama can fix it, you don't really care. You take it for granted. And trust me, once I get old and retire, she gonna wish these hands was back in her head and stuff like that. She gonna take more care of her hair like my oldest daughter do. But anyway, I just wrapped it around, and then I'm gonna secure it with a rubber band. Or you can either secure it with how many rubber bands you want, or hair ties, or you can sew it down. I would recommend sewing it down if you're putting it on a child, or anybody. Just, you know, like if you're getting dressed or something like that, it can knock it out of whack. So you do want to make sure that the Bantu knots are nice and secure. And yeah, here's the finished product. It turned out super cute. I hope you guys like this video. Make sure you thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Here's some good playlist.